All right, Coach, go ahead and we'll open with an opening statement, and we'll open up for questions.
Well, you know, it's I give North Dakota State a lot of credit. Coach outcoached me, and their team outplayed us, and they, you know, they deserve to win the game. There's no question about that. And so I give them all the credit. I said they played hard on film, and they proved that tonight. And they outplayed us, and we got to get a lot better. So with that, you know, feel free to ask me any questions. Yes.
How would you say that the student section has been so far this year? Are the students doing a good job coming out?
I'd say that's the A+ of what we got going right now. To be honest with you, is that our, you know, it is what it is. I feel bad. I feel bad for our students. I feel bad for the state of Minnesota. I feel bad for our fans. And I feel bad for our kids. You know, I heard nobody that those, you know, we all want to win, but there is a sacrifice to winning. And there's a big word called discipline and sacrifice, and we have some youth. I can make excuses, but we do. We have some youth. We got a lot of guys that had to play tonight that are still learning, and certainly both quarterbacks still learning to play. And so it's going to take some time. But I feel bad. But I hope they hang in there with us because the students are an A+. You know, they've been great to me. They've been great to my family. They've been great to our team. And, you know, during tough times, people do one or two things. I've been married for 29 years. I think, I don't know what it was, maybe second year of marriage, my wife didn't know for sure she wanted to be married to a football coach. We had some adversity. I'm still married to the same woman. So you got, when you have adversity in your life, you either run away from it or you look it in the eye and you say, hey, we all got to get better together. And the bottom line is we got to get better together. But sooner or later, someday, hopefully I can deliver that, you know, we have a football team that represents our state and our student body and our university. But we're damn sure trying. It ain't like we ain't working now. We're trying. And we're working as hard as we can work. I can promise you that.
Jerry, how are you going to handle your quarterbacks going forward? Do you like rotating them, or would you rather just stick with one guy?
You know, it's a good question. I think I'll be able to answer better on Tuesday. You know, we're trying to win a game tonight. We were scrambling to try to get back into the game, and you know, I think that you know, it's one of those things we got to take a lot of look at a lot of things. And, you know, we ran the ball better tonight. You know, and Donnell did a great job, and then he went out in the fourth quarter with a hamstring situation, so that's a concern. You know, we moved Lamonte over defense to get him to learn and to get him ready for next week. I mean, it's just, you plug one hole, another one pops, you know. So we're just trying to figure it out, and we're doing everything we can to try to win a game, and that's what we try to do tonight. I like alternating and doing all that stuff? No. But I had to do it with 4 quarterbacks at Northern Illinois my first year. You know, trying to figure it out because we had injuries and everything else. So we just got to keep plugging along and got to try to find a way to keep getting better.
Jerry, with the quarterback changes you made then based on play calls, like when you send Gray in for the second play?
Yeah, I think that, again, when we went into the second half and we were in that situation, we were finding a way. We felt like there's some things that one did better than the other, but they both, you know, they're both learning what to do. Marquise is, you know, there's neither one of them. We're putting way too much on those kids right now. That's Coach Kill. I ain't blaming nobody else, baby. That's me. I'm putting way too much on those kids. And you'd like to be able to just hand the ball off and let them learn how to play quarterback, but we're not in that situation right now. And so we're asking them to do a whole lot. You know, you'd like to be able to protect them a little bit until they learn what to do, but we're making those guys make all kinds of plays right now. And we're only as good as those guys can go right now. So it's a tough situation to be in, but that's our job. That's what we get paid for. We got to figure it out.
Coach, how days Gray from he got 265 yards average in the first 3 games, and now he got nothing in this game. What did they do?
Well, they played. They got a good football team. I mean, you know, I'm just telling you, and you know the levels and all those kind of things. I've been at that level before. They're one of the top teams in 1AA football, and they play their tail end off. They play hard. I mean, they play hard. I'll sit down and watch film with anybody. They play their tail end off, and when you play hard, you get luckier. You don't play hard all the time, you're not near as lucky. And, you know, it seemed like everything fell their way tonight. Would you agree with that? Things like they made some plays. Well, they played hard, and they played harder than we did.
Can you talk about the defense? You could not get a stop the first half. Can you address that?
Well, you know, it's frustrating. You got to tackle. You know, you got to tackle. You got to be fundamental. You got to make plays. And we had we had penalties. You know, the first drive, a lot of it was just penalties. You know, we had somebody that hit a guy's headgear and you know, jumped offside. That's disciplined things. We just didn't play very disciplined football. You know, in the first half, and you know, again, I'm not giving them credit. They ran a football and executed. They out-executed us in every phase in the first half. And, you know, and we came in the second half, or came in at halftime and, you know, talked to them, hey, you know, you got to go back to your fundamentals when things aren't going right. And you got to play with intensity, and you got to learn to fight back. And believe me, if you're on the sideline, we're coaching them as hard as we can. But again, I think that, you know, all we can do is we got what we got, and as a coach, all you can do is keep pushing to make them play better and harder and more fundamentally sound, and that's what we got to do. We're up and down right now. I don't like it, nobody likes it, and the kids don't like it, but it is what it is, and again, North Dakota State, give them credit.
Coach, you feel like through 4 games your team's getting better?
And, you know, until I see film, I think you come visit with me on Tuesday, I'll be able to tell you. I mean, I think there's some things that offensively, you know, we ran the ball better tonight, you know, but, you know, we slipped in some other categories. I think we're up and down. I don't think we're consistent right now, and that's my fault. You know, we're just not very consistent. We're an up and down football team trying to find their way, and you know, it all comes down to, you know, we got to have some guys step up, make plays, and we got to do a better job coaching them.
Coach, what was the feeling in the locker room at halftime after the interception on the last play?
Well, you know, I mean, I think the kids were, you know, I think they're, you know, shell-shocked a little bit, but I mean, we didn't go in there, and, you know, I talked to them out there at half, and then I called them back up again while our coaches talked and talked with them and said, hey, you know, we get back in this game, and we can't all come unglued, and got to go back to the fundamentals, and went to the board, and we got to play better defense. We got to get some stops. And, you know, at that time, offense had been moving the ball pretty good through the ground, and felt like we'd get back in the game. And we tried to convince the kids that they could get back in the game. And I think, you know, once we got out there and we had a couple good, you know, had a good kickoff and pinned them in and so forth, we kind of worked our way back into the football game.
Anything else, guys?
Stoudemire, he didn't do any kickoffs.
Well, he has a fractured, you know, we felt like he was going to play and those kind of things, but had a fractured deal in his I don't know, his lower arm here. And he practiced and those kind of things, but I think it was pretty evident as the game went on, he had trouble throwing it in there, so we just didn't think it was in the best interest, you know, of him and our football team to do that. Return-wise, we thought we were going to, you know, with Malcolm, we could get away with it and play him on defense. And but even on the defensive side of the ball, he struggled. You know, I mean, he tried, and I give the kid credit for it, and he practiced, but it's different in a game when you got to throw it in there. And hopefully, you know, there wasn't any more damage to it. And hopefully, next week he'll get used to playing with it. But that was the reason.
Okay. Having coached at both levels, what do you think of the talent difference between the two divisions?
As far as the talent difference. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, I've been on both sides of it. I mean, you know, North Dakota State, you know, shit, they outplayed us, and I don't know what else I could say. I mean, you get into all that stuff, and, you know, Appy State, you know, you can go through history of football, I mean, but, you know, they're well coached, they got a good football team, and they beat us, and I've been on that side of it, and been on this side of it, but I got to be honest with you, we're trying to turn a program around that has struggled. And, you know, it's, I've said all along, it's going to be an up and down, it's going to be a challenge. And you just can't change the situation and where we're at right now. And the only way you can do it is be consistent with a coach, as a coach, and keep pushing the kids to go the right direction. But we have the talent level we have the players we have, and we got to put them in the best positions we can. It's kind of like coaching high school football when you take over a program, and that's our job. And have we done a good enough job with it at this point in time? No, we haven't. You know, but we're going to keep working, and then like we're going to give up. And you know, and we're gonna build a foundation, concrete, and in some ways we'll find out, you know, we got a little back